Okay, I want to do a quick video on pressure assisted indirect percussion, or basically like loading pressure on your tool before you strike it. This is something that I've been playing around with here recently. A lot of the reason due to me discovering the back edge support working so well, I've been trying to apply that to different tools and techniques. And the one way I've been fairly successful with it is using the under the knee indirect percussion copper bit, and it's just got a little bird's mouth looking groove in the end of it. And I also usually try to keep a groove filed right, I don't know if you can see that, right about here. You can see a little indentation there. So that's where the edge of the workpiece actually goes. Sets right in there, not in here. I work up off this shoulder on both sides, and this one's about wore up to the top, so I'm gonna have to redress that and file another little ledge in there down lower so it'll work its way up and I'll have to redress it again. But you don't have to dress them as often as you might think, as long as you're not abusing the tool. So okay, so speaking of which, I should probably dress this one real quick. To do that, I usually take and hold the file in one hand here and put well, actually this side here needs completely redressed. You feel all the stone in there, that file skated across there. Round the top down. Okay, and then I'll work me a little groove in there. It should be enough of it left there to grab. But that sounds good. I'm gonna leave this side here without a groove. You don't have to put that groove in there, but it can really help. And you could even use this side for, put the side with the groove in it for really specific platforms, too, if you're closer to finishing. Okay, so let's put that in there. Okay, you guys ready for this? It's super simple. This piece has a seam running diagonally through it this way, so it might not work out real well, but I'm gonna still use it to demonstrate what I'm talking about. A little braided stone. Guess this one here will work. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna look for a platform to hit. This one looks pretty good. This one right here. It's a little high. So I'll just take my little sandstone here, give it a little back grind, and drop it down a little lower. Come right here and just grind a little on each side. That'll help the contour a little bit, and hopefully it'll get right through that seam. Now here's where it gets good. So I would suggest having a couple different weighted mallets. You know, if you're wanting to take larger flakes, you need a little bit more mass, as opposed to doing smaller work. But anyways, that's beside the point. What I'm trying to get at here. So I've got a platform ground. I'm going to put my tool tip on the platform, like so. Now here's where it gets good. Instead of just taking a flake while you're holding on to it out here, you know, yeah, you're holding on to it. I'm holding on to it pretty good, but I'm not really supporting it, the workpiece, like I should be. And I just figured this stuff out recently, and it's really helped me. So instead of just holding it and depending on the mass of the workpiece and your hand to resist against taking the flake, you can add more support and much more mass by taking the back of your hand and putting it inside of your leg, your other leg, right here. Put your hand, back it up into your leg. Then you can load pressure on the tool. You know, I've got this thing pinched pretty tight under my knee. I can't really, you know, it won't slip. I can push with this leg. So I'll put the tip on there, and I'll squeeze in just like I'm pressure flaking. I'm squeezing with my legs for that added leverage and mass. Okay. Now you just want to kind of get the hang of this and the feel for it. But when you load that pressure on there, it really helps that flake go farther. And especially if you need a little bit deeper flake, that can help that as well. You know, you do need to adjust your edge a little bit and raise and lower your platforms, but it's no big deal. So let's try to get one. I'm trying to get one right here. This platform's not ideal. But I think if I put the right back edge pressure on there, take the flake, carry through good. But yeah, this technique can really help. And you just kind of got to get the feel for it. You know, this corner right here is really pressing in to my hand, like really pressing. And keep your fingers out of the way and hit that seam and step. But and then another thing you can do also is just hold on to it out here in the midair. And the same thing, you can put that loaded pressure on there just by using your fingers. Let's see. Try to get one up from the base. You know, I was really pulling into that from the tip. And it works really good going crossways across the workpiece as well. Doing your flaking this way. Because when you do it that way, you can, when you're flaking across the piece, you can just take one of your fingers, whichever one's most comfortable when you're holding on to it, and put all the pressure on that one finger. Right here. Okay? It could be your middle finger. It could be your index finger if it's more comfortable. I do that a lot. But you want all that pressure directly across from your tooltip in the direction that you want your flake to go. And if you adjust your edge right and make your platforms right, when you pull on that workpiece, pulling back this way, that flake will really carry further. The flakes are going to want to spread out towards where your finger is providing the support at. But, you know, you can adjust the pressure. You don't have to put all that pressure. You can just use a little. And once you get the feel for it, you can start really controlling how far your flakes run. Especially working on a little bit smaller work pieces, like, you know, like in this range, you can thin them out in a quick hurry. So I'm just gonna, it's just a continuous platform here, nothing special. Just a smooth edge down through there, but it's below center line and it looks okay to hit. So I'm gonna take a series of flakes. So I'll start up here. I'm putting my fingertip on right behind this edge, on the opposite edge. And that provided that support. See how that flake spread out? It ran through all that stuff. Well, it didn't run through that, but did pretty good considering. So now I'll just move my ridge down a little bit, meaning I'll just shear this a little bit here off if I can. I got a little bump there. There it went. And I'll move down a little bit and make a little indentation. And that should isolate me up a spot right here, see? See how it kind of isolated that mass running into there? Lower it down just a little bit more. Give it a little lateral grind. Put my tool tip up there. This time I'm going to use my middle finger, and I'm putting all the pressure on that finger. Same thing, and then I'm even in addition, I'm holding on to it, supporting it endways between these two fingers. But all this pressure going this way is on my middle finger here, straight across from the tool tip on the opposite edge. And when you start getting a feel for this, you can really feel those flakes come off there and control them better. So here, same thing. I got my middle finger on that edge, and I'm putting all that pressure right across from my tool tip. No surface support, and you just hit it. That one didn't do awesome, but this technique, guys, I promise it'll work wonders for you if you give it a chance, and it's really helped me out. So being able to load that pressure on there and place that back edge support right across from where the tool tip is, as long as you don't do that. It works really well, trust me. That's that seam let go in that piece. I'll still make something out of that. So that's it, guys. Just a short, quick video of a technique that'll really help you. It's really helped me, so I hope it helps you too. Thanks. I'll catch you on the next one.